What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at record breaker Hamdallah. He has got 3 informs this year already, which is absolutely incredible, seeing as though he started his FIFA venture in the FIFA 19 franchise at a 74 rated card. He then got his first inform, he then got his second inform, which was 80 and 83, and then he managed to get his third inform, which was 85, and then now he has actually got a record breaker card. To be honest, looking actually alright. It does look a bit weird, I must admit. They kind of, I don't know what I was expecting with a record breaker card, as obviously this is the first of this year on FIFA, but it looks somewhat nice. I haven't actually seen the walkout image for it yet, as I've not really seen it being posted anywhere, and I haven't actually got him yet. But the price of him is around about 70.5k on both consoles. It's very fluctuating at the minute because I believe, and I'm not tested to see if this is true, and I didn't see it whilst actually with him, he discards for around about 66k or something along them lines. So that's a very weird one for me. I know obviously I believe the icons go for around about 100 and something, but this record breaker card, I don't know if they've meant to do it like that. Maybe it was meant to be 10 to 20k like pretty much most informs, but for some reason it's around about 60 or so k for the discard. So people were buying him obviously, or selling him less than what you could actually discard him at one point. So I think that's why the price is kind of staying up at that 70k mark, and to be honest, I don't quite get that. That's just something that's just a little bit of a kind of Easter egg for you. But anyway, getting into this review. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. And if you do enjoy, like the video. So, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. It's okay. It's not the greatest in the world. He's more of a super sub striker than anything, I think, for personal preference. I really don't have, I believe he's Moroccan, isn't he? I don't have no other Moroccans, even though I believe Ziyech is Moroccan. And I believe there is someone else. I want to say Benatia, but I'm not 100. Let me double check that because I want to make sure that he is. I can't remember if it is Benatia that is Moroccan as well. I'm pretty sure he is. He is. So you could necessarily have you could also have that right back from Dortmund. So you could have the link there. You could whack him in a centre mid or CDM and then have him linked with the centre back, the right back and the right wing. And there's your links, to be honest. All in a Moroccan kind of nice national side on there. Or you could obviously do what a lot of people will more than likely do with this card is whack some icons next to him and jobs your uncle. So anyway, 5'10", medium attacking work rate, low defensive. Again, it's okay. It's all very bog standard on the kind of information straight away, straight on the bat of this card. Looking at his stats though, this is what intrigued me. 86 pace, 90 shooting, 82 passing, 85 dribbling, 82 physical. For an 87 rated card, I'm pretty happy with that. For a 70k as well. That, for me, is actually not a bad price. So I was very interested off the bat anyway. Obviously, the record breaker card is a brand new card into FIFA. So I was always interested in trying out the first one and seeing what it's like. And to be honest, the results were pretty nice, to say the least. Looking at a few of his top stats, 91 strength was fantastic. 95 heading accuracy, another really nice stat there. 94 curve was really nice on his finesse shots. And then he finished off with 91 positioning, 90 shot power, and 94 finishing. Then for me are the real key stats for him. His heading was actually quite nice. Strength was brilliant, even for a 5'10" player. Not necessarily. Well, to be honest, it's not tiny, is it really? But it's not quite the 6'2s, the 6'3s. Looking at your Girouds, looking at your Ronaldos, really strong, tall players. He's very much in that mid balance, but really strong on the ball, which is always very nice. 75 stamina is a little bit of a letdown, but it works still. To be honest, if you're having him as a super sub, it doesn't really affect him too much. One half of football is not really going to break the bank with his stamina for me, to be honest. 94 curve, like I said, finesse was really nice, and then his shooting, other than obviously the top 3, long shots weren't incredible, and volleys weren't amazing either. Looking at what chem style you use, I think you've got a few options with this one. You could either go Hawk and get 90 pace, 94 shooting, 87 physical. I think that's a very viable option right there. You could go with potentially going for the sniper, getting the 93 shooting, 93 dribbling. You could also go Hunter and get 95 pace and shooting. That's quite a nice one as well. I think that one and Hawk is definitely getting very edged up in my opinion on my vote. Or if you wanted him more as kind of that just out and out striker, you'll just lay the ball off and he'll shoot. Finisher is a good way to go with his 97 shooting and 87 physical. That for me, I think the three options there, probably Hawk first, Hunter second, Finisher third, and then really it just depends on what you want him for the rest. If you wanted him better passing, you'd go more for Deadeye. If you didn't really need any more shooting, you'd then go for Artist instead and get dribbling and passing up, or Catalyst. For me, the top three, like I said, they're the ones I would be looking at, and probably Hawk would edge it that little bit more for me, just so he gets that jumping up as well. Obviously, it always helps with his heading accuracy, and I really found that he was good in the air, so to max out that, I think for me, that is my preferred chemistry style. So, what is good, what is bad about this card? Well, for me, pace-wise was fine. Weren't the quickest in the world, but he definitely got to the ball. He was on the ball. Positioning of him was brilliant when it came to actually being able to get the ball to his feet and then get a crack and shot off. Shooting-wise, I thought was really nice. Conversion rate was fantastic. He scored a hell of a lot of goals in, I think, four matches or 5 matches, something like that. I think one match he didn't score just because the guy completely outclassed me. Had a really nice icon, kind of half icon team, and in general, there was just no way I was beating him. So that for me is kind of like a write-off game. But the games that I felt like I was controlling as well, he was absolutely fantastic. Him and Pedro on the wing and striker was definitely linking up very, very nicely. And some really nice crosses into him, some nice play to him, and he bagged himself quite a few goals. So for me, striking ability was fantastic. On the ball, I felt like he was okay. I didn't think he was fantastic. Like, you can get some strikers that just are magnificent on the ball. For me, he's very average when it comes to that ability. Strength-wise, perfect. Really, really nice strength. Holds the ball up nicely. Really kind of keeps it to himself. And then the jumping and heading, I think, again, another really fantastic card for that sort of aspect as well. Especially in this game where heading is becoming the new OP. I think that obviously just speaks wonders. You can get players who are better in the air. I'm not saying this card is the perfect, but for 70k, I'm really struggling to think of another player that can do as much as this card can do. They maybe can do, like, say, heading better, but they can't do heading better and shooting better, as well as having good enough pace and best strength. So for me, this card is very viable as a super sub. You could, like I say, put him into an icon squad, but if you've already got so many, say if you've got a left mid, a right mid icon, or a cam and a striker, then I'm kind of asking, well, how much money do you have? As if you've got a few hundred, I probably wouldn't go for this card specifically. Personally, I wouldn't buy anything at the minute because Team of the Season is right around the corner. But if you was going for that super sub and you've got about 100k spare, I'd definitely look into him, to be honest. Really, really nice. And if the discard value definitely stays, you know that you're not really going to lose any money on him. Because say if he drops to minimum value, you've got the discard of 66 already. So the most you're losing at this moment in time is about 8k. If the discard stays, that's the main issue. If EA decide to change that, obviously then you can lose a bit more. But if he does stay at the 60 whatever discard value, then to be honest, you're making a winner already. You've got your coins practically in a card that cannot go down. So for me, that's a pretty good winner. Overall rating I'm going to give him an 8.5 rating. I think obviously it's not a 99, and that is what we're really aspiring to. We're looking for that best striker in the whole of FIFA. So for me, he's up there, definitely. Really, really good. I'd definitely give him a 10 for the price of the card. Really fantastic for 70k. You won't really find much more for that cheap, really, in my opinion anyway. So I really enjoyed him. Let me know what you think. Did you get him in your rewards? Let me know as well. Put me in the Twitter or whatever, message me, or Instagram if you have got the walkout animation for this, as I've not seen it yet. I probably will go and have a look at it, but if you have it or you want to show me, let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like that like button. Pretty self-explanatory. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.